Yo, what is up folks, TrevorCG here with a pretty exciting build of Dredge featuring Say Its Name, and its name being Altanak, the Thrice-Called. Say Its Name, 1 and a green, mill 3 cards, you may return a creature or land card from the graveyard to your hand, but exile this card and 2 other cards called Say Its Name from your graveyard, search your graveyard, hand, and or library for a card named Altanak, the Thrice-Called, put it onto the battlefield. We're interested in milling ourselves anyway. We've got our kind of traditional Dredge package with Narcomoeba, Prize Amalgam, Silver Smoke Ghoul, Creeping Chill up here. So hey, we're interested in milling ourselves, but if we mill over 3 copies of Say Its Name or end up in them in the graveyard, we can exile them, and they suit for Altanak, the Thrice-Called. 7 mana 9/9, so we're not casting it normally. When it becomes targeted by a spell or ability, opponent controls, draw a card. So it's kind of, hey, like even if your opponent does kill it, you're getting some value out of it. And also, like if you end up within your hand, you can actually discard it as well. So 1 and a green to discard it, return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, can even ramp you. So pretty cool, but makes a 9/9 with trample. And that's like going into our Dredge shell. So we've got our Dredge cards, we've got Otherworldly Gaze here, Murphy's Secret Keeper, both kind of millless. Otherworldly Gaze also controls our draws a little bit. Founding, we're kind of playing this alongside a bunch of 2 mana into the sorceries to kind of put cards into our graveyard. Those being Cash Grab, which is quite nice because it returns permanents that you mill over. So it can return like the Founding, for example, or one of the creatures. Say Its Name, obviously just mills 3 cards, which isn't very much, but the upside of being able to like use it to pull out Altanak could be really, really high. So that's what we're going to be looking at testing today. And then Grisly Salvage, like, 5 cards, which is the most of the cards here, and then you get a creature or land back. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Around that, there's also a Sovereign's Bite here. Because we have Founding the Third Path, which is a kind of Saga enchantment with Read Ahead, when you play it initially, you get to cast it as a sorcery with mana value 1 or 2. Normally you'll be casting one of your kind of 3 enabler spells, if possible, or 3. Kind of cheating on mana a little bit, then it mills, but then it exiles target instant sorcery from your graveyard. You get to copy it. So not only can you use Sovereign's Bite to cast off the first half of it, target player loses 3 life, you gain 3 life, that's fine. But you can actually dig for Founding the Third Path with Cash Grab, and then use this to recruit from your graveyard later on. And then Sovereign's Bite, that 3 life you gain, triggers Silver Smoke Ghoul to bring those back, as well as being like actual reach and burn damage for your opponent. So pretty handy, pretty handy. Playing that as a kind of like 60th card here. And then, yeah, we've got Narcomoeba's, obviously Price of Amalgam comes back if you have another creature come back. We've got Narcomoeba and Silver Smoke Ghoul to kind of do that. Creeping Chill brings Silver Smoke Ghoul back. Standard Dredge stuff. Mana base, we are playing like full 3 colors here, which is a little awkward. So we've got 4 copies of Mana Confluence, 4 copies of each of the fast lands. Generally, we're only wanting like a few lands in play, really. We don't need to get up to really higher than 3. There is stuff for you to do, like occasionally you'll like hard cast Creeping Chill, or get to double spell with one of the 2, with a couple of the 2 mana instant sorceries. But hey. And then 1 copy of Visagi. Temporary Lockdown is like a little annoying, and there's some other cards as well where like, hey, Leyline Binding, etc. Fable the Mirror Breaker. There's also like the Sacrifice decks that have become very, very popular, using the talent to kind of like get value out of food and stuff. Really good. I should say as well, this is Explorer, the Pioneer equivalent format for MTG Arena, which should hopefully be coming fully fledged Pioneer at the end of the year when we get Pioneer Masters. Video coming soon, hopefully. But I'm kind of like waiting to see if they put any more information out. But hey, I'm going to hop into some best of 1 ranked matches. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. Like the video, all the algorithm stuff, sharing it around would be awesome. And yeah, I'm going to hop into some best of 1 ranked matches. Try and make some Altanaks. Alright, first match here. Yeah, for anyone new to the channel, I guess, this kind of built off the back of Dredge and Elves in a lot of ways. Yeah. A couple of my favorite archetypes. They're like just niche enough. We have like, this is the problem with the deck, is that we have Narcomoeba, Creeping Chill. These are bad cards on opening hand. However, Otherworldly Gaze, Grisly Salvage, Say Its Name, all fantastic to have. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Even with these 2, Creeping Chill we can maybe cast for its actual value. It is better for us to use the Secret Keeper here first. It's also possible that we hit like the nuts. Double Say Its Name might be the nuts in the situation. I was worried we wouldn't get to do this. Despite like being all sent around, like putting the cards in the graveyard, hitting 3, you're not guaranteed. And it's just like an extra like angle the deck has. But we do have 3 copies here, assuming they don't get exiled. That is a good reason to do it straight away. I guess I'm gonna discard this. Yeah. That's our library. We get our 9/9. And then I'm just gonna Grissy Salvage here. Oh, we actually don't hit much. I'll take a Dark Stitch. Pause. And they will almost certainly have an answer to this. We'll like draw a card or whatever. It's unfortunate we've not hit anything off a couple of mills to like put any other power into play. That'll, I guess, take. I guess they actually take the Creeping Chill, but otherwise, because otherwise, gaze like feels really bad. Okay, the Narcomoeba is also fine. So level 2 just starts doing damages, right? Becomes like a rack. Yeah. Where Dark Six Shores out? They didn't have a clean answer to that. I want to make sure we get a creature into play. I'm going to go ahead and Otherworldly Gaze now. The reason to do this on your turn and not wait. Ooh. I'll put these. What's in our graveyard? We've got Cash Grab, which lets us read. No, we need to mill the most cards possible. We can flash this back, but I want to make sure I've got another creature in play so that we don't just get this like Edicted away. I'm gonna cast this. Normally I'd set a stop on my upkeep for Otherworldly Gaze. Sorry, the reason we want to do this main phase is that Silver Smoke Ghoul only triggers if you've gained life on your end step. It doesn't trigger your opponent's turn. So if you mill Ghoul plus Creeping Chill, oh, this dead's the Altanak. Alright, well, fair enough. We take those. Second match here. Again, just opening Ghoul and Creeping Chills is bad. We have Silver Smoke Ghoul. Like a calamity of errors. Again, the thing is that these game life cards do work, and I actually got Cash Grabs. Again, the most important thing is to have ignition cards in your opener. Even though we have these in hand, which is awkward, I'm gonna keep it. Just the number one thing is having enablers. He says hitting Narcomoeba and Prize Amalgam straight away. We've had having a good little run. We'll see how this holds up. Kimono's not our favorite card. Again, anything that dies gets exiled, which is not what we would like. We do also draw a Price Amalgam. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this now. And so we hit Ghoul. I'm gonna. The land's good, but not as good as Secret Keeper, really. But the Ghoul in our graveyard means we want the land because we're gonna kill. Next time we're casting Prized Amalgam otherwise, right? Normally I would say take the ignition card always, but because we have Ghoul in our graveyard, because we're playing against a red deck, I think actually we want to do this. We're ahead on board already. We should play for our hand a little. And yeah, this is like the black-red heroic deck. Not seen it. We will take 3 here. The problem with this deck is it can kill you out of nowhere. Okay. We can go attack here, put them to 11. They won't be able to like lethal us this turn. There's a couple of issues. Okay, no, I don't mind that. That way at least it gets it off the board. Sure. This is flipping into a 2/2 with haste. I'm gonna cast the Prize Amalgam out. Fine. The Silver Ghoul is a little too easy to snipe off with just like random damage. But in particular, I want this etching off the board. The best way to do that, I got a Slick Shot. Okay. They're on 11. Are they gonna block both of these? We're going down to 12 here. We don't have mana for the Creeping Chill at the moment. We've also got to make a wall. 6, 8. The problem is that this could be a lethal. Alright, I'm going to no block here. Letting this just sit is fine. Okay. I'm going to attack with all these. And the thing is that if they just decide not to block, we Creeping Chill them for lethal. They're gonna block. They are gonna block. Alright, they're at a 6 here. We can cast a... We're not like directly dead. Now I'm like, well, now I'm eating my words because they do have a slick shot in play and we're at 12. But also, we can make 2 blockers for the ground creatures. Casting the Creeping Chill is not the best line. Like, I think it's worth playing the way we did to give us the way, like to give them an out to lose effectively. By saying, hey, you can just no blocks here because we doesn't look like we've got lethal. Like the only way they die is if we have untapped land plus Creeping Chill, which like hey isn't super likely. All right, time strength on the challenge is rough. The 7/5. Bishop comes a 3/2. What else they have? New slick shot. Okay. Yeah, we're just dead. Doesn't feel great, but like at the point when you have a slick shot, if they've got 3 spells, you're kind of just gonna die. We didn't have a lethal line. Fair enough. Loading into match number 3. The other line we had there was the turn before we could have put a prized amalgam in front of the mouse, trade them off, and just take them 1. We'll 100% keep this. Good to me. But then that prize amalgam gets permanently exiled because of the etching. There's some other problems. Remove our Altanak. Given we've kind of given this away, we have Souls Work on the Graveyard already. I'm just gonna say its name here. You take this as like a ramp card, but we kind of want the 4th land. Go ahead and take the Dark Slick Shot. That's 1 of 3. We have 2 of 3. If we can find the 3rd one, obviously we get to bring it back. Stomping Ground. So it implies some kind of red green aggro deck, and that is what it is. We actually do find the other copy of Say Its Name. Okay, in that case, we definitely want to just play towards that. And the Keeper. I'll cast the next one of these. Next turn, we're going to cast the 3rd one, bring it out. The land's like not super helpful, but we want these cards to all be in our graveyard. There's like a chance we ramp ourselves. I think this is better than just getting the mana confluence. And we can still get this from... Again, there's a slight danger this gets exiled. And hey, the one person who has like a scavenger using their main deck for some reason. Okay. Alright. That does make that bigger, but we'll just block. Okay. Do they have anything to play off of this? Got a green. Okay, Mystic. Ooh. Mystic implies there's some bigger stuff coming off the end of it. I'm gonna play this first. And now we can get back the Secret Keeper, which is nice. Alright. I would like to have a way to bring back some of these things. So we're going to do this, but doesn't count. Does it count as returning from the graveyard? Let me reprise Amalgam. It does. So we should actually do this and put it back. This also makes it worse that we put it into play, but that's fine. I'll target this. we'll go ahead and use the ability. Just the important other thing to note is that it's a bit confusing, but these are different lines of text. This is funny. And that you don't need to be casting this to then X. It's not like do the thing and then X are the 3 cards. Match number 4, I think. We'll play a couple more here. Yeah, we do keep hitting cards we don't want, but I think this is fine, especially on the play. Gigantha again, like the red decks, because they have infinite ways to get trample and push damage through. Either the trample effect or the cell sword. It is a little tougher than it would be otherwise, but we'll keep this. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Funny. These cards all effectively do the same thing. Grizzly Salvage is a little bit better, so maybe you take that. If you're worried about permanence, then you take the Cash Grab. Yeah, I see. And again, we want to main phase this. And at this point, because we haven't hit any of the other Sate's Name stuff yet, like, you can just do this and try and hit good. Because we have multiple things to cast off of it, we'll take the Founding. We actually want to, like, Founding, Cash Grab, get a land, and then Otherworldly Gaze next turn. Or something along those lines. Thoughtseize probably takes the Founding, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'd initially identified, like, Gigantha nowadays, I'm, like, looking at, like, oh, it's probably one of the red decks. But this is Rakdos, and then also, like, obviously various sacrifice variations. Given we now have a second Say Its Name, and we also have a Secret Keeper that we can get back, we should still Cash Grab for the land. Okay, nice. We hit a land, not the right color, but more importantly, we hit Creeping Chill. And not just 1, but 2. Get those down. And then, yeah, end step. That'll come back. That'll trigger Prize Amalgam. On their end step, we'll get Prize Amalgam back. We've not seen enough here, though, really. There's also, actually, a brand new Rakdos Duress as well. They get to see the infinite redundancy. They take a Say Its Name. They make our job easier. There is also a brand new, or new-ish, Rakdos like Transmogrify deck that plays the new like triple black like 9-drop from Duskmourn that I really want to mess around and try out with. This does hit lands. We only have Blue Mushroom Graveyard. Should Founding it really. Green, blue. I'm gonna see what we hit here. Well, I'll take Secret Keeper. We have the 3 of these. Are they gonna have a way? What CMC is this? I can't see it. I think it's a 7-drop. These are 3s. They're all. If you get Extinction Evented, I would never forgive myself. I'm gonna venture deeper here before I do anything else. The mill 4 cards. Are we hitting Narcomoeba and Say Its Name number 4? We have enough of the board where I'm like, I don't feel tons of pressure to do this. I'm going to do it because it presents like a very lethal threat. There's maybe a reason not to do it. We can have this be in our back pocket. They're on 4 life. They have enough to deal with already. Like if they play Shell Dread, they're dead. We'll mill 4. Prize Amalgam. We still have these plus these. We've been very fortunate in this game. We've kind of got infinite resources and our opponent's been reasonably slow. These discard spells are actually pretty good versus Dredge because you're kind of relying on a few key cards, but when you're taking effects like this and we have a bunch of them because they're so redundant, it's rough. You take like Founding the Third Path, or if we have only one like ignition effect, then yeah. One thing I've not done that I'm going to do now is set a stop on my upkeep for otherworldly gaze, so we can control our draw step a little bit. Definitely recommend that. Well, they have a Mutavault. They can animate Mutavault kill something. Mutavault by itself isn't good enough. Oh, what fun it is to ride open sleigh. Apparently that song reminds me. Anyway, our parents decided they didn't want to participate. That's fine. We'll take it. So we had Altanak that game as well, but didn't even have to use it. Okay. I think this will be the last match. On the play, but not a one land. Some of the one land as well, where the guys you can keep these, not like this. And not. This was a blue land. This would also be fine, but it's not, and so it's not. But the deck does mulligan reasonably well. All right, we want these two cards. We can probably get rid of the Prize Amalgam and the Sovereign Sight. Prize Amalgam from hand is not really doing anything. I'm gonna go ahead and venture deeper here, and I'm gonna set up stuff on the upkeep. This is like a again we hit Narcomoeba Prize Amalgam. And hey, looks consistent to me. Haha. We can. It depends what the opponent does actually here. Rushland, I probably want to go say its name. All right, this is probably like Angels. The one card where we don't really want to do this. The combat. We would rather get the opportunity to put 7 cards on our graveyard. I'm gonna venture deeper us. Oh, we hit a very, very fast start. I'll go ahead and do this now. Oh, that gives us everything. This being the graveyard again, also triggering Prize Amalgam, as we discovered. I'm gonna leave this on top, even though we wouldn't mind a land. Yeah, the Warriors. Yeah, this is the Angels. I'm gonna make these attacks first. That way, if when depending what we hit, we get some stuff back. So we're gonna say its name. That'll actually bring back the Silver Smoke Ghoul. Then we can use this. That's graveyard. Put Altanak into play. Go ahead and cast a Secret Keeper. When you're recording a Dredge video, kind of like, oh, maybe things will go well, maybe things they won't. Sometimes the deck does have a fail rate. Don't you will lose sometimes. Like this is going to be really rough, actually. How did I say that? And then I immediately just gain infinite life. Oh no. This is not what we wanted. This is not what we planned. Alright. Yeah, this is why people play this is why you play the Elvish Mystic. Oh. They in theory have to make some tricky blocks, but as long as they get to keep these alive, we're just losing this game. Oh, yeah, it looks like we're gonna be fast enough. And then yeah, Coco into Righteous Valkyrie. Oh well, into Valkyrie plus Angel. They needed 2 of these and 1 of these basically, but they got there for sure. This is doing damage, but it's just gaining so much life. Yeah, I'm gonna Founding Cash Grab here, I guess. Well, I was so confident. So confident. That'll reset the price amount. Alright. Yeah, like there is actually nothing we can do here, unfortunately. Assuming they have the 5 cards, assuming one of the 5 cards that they have in hand is like a cleric or an angel, this game is just over. They're gonna have another resplendent angel. No, they've got their third. Played it like a set. Played it like a set. Yeah, okay. That is GG. On board. we are dead. We're on 26. They need to be slightly more careful. Okay. Wait, actually? They actually do have lethal. You can block the 10, but no, actually it's 25. Ooh, okay. I mean, it's not like they're gonna make another angel and gain another 14 life on end step. I mean, we effectively have to no blocks this. We're not getting another turn after this coming one. Yeah, they're on checks notes 75. It's equals a power and they made a 16-16. Gained 48. This is what I get for being like, yeah, we got that. Oh no. Truly a humbling for the ages. I'm gonna scoop this up. Right, I'll see you in the post game. That was fun. Righteously humbled by angels we have been, but the deck is really sweet. We did get a little fortunate in a couple of places, like getting the milling over extra copies. Like the point of the deck is to like mill over extra copies to say its name and just like use it to bring this out. But this has been pretty good. And even the decks with interaction, like it's still like withdrawing cards, it's still getting a bunch of value. And putting that into Dredge Shell just gives you like another level. Like having 1, 2, 3 like bigger ignition effects along with these two as well means we have a lot of cards to kind of like get us going. And then you've got the condition, like the traditional Dredge stuff with like Narcomoeba, Silversmoke Ghoul, Creeping Chill, Rise Amalgam as your kind of like main plan with, say its name for Altanak is like a plan B, which is like I think pretty reasonable. It is unfortunately a little limiting in the problem that Dredge always had. Aside from kind of like, hey, maybe it's a little inconsistent. Like we've kind of solved some of the kind of consistency issues here by having so many enablers. That's the power of, say its name, being both an enabler and as like a win condition thing we can do with Altanak. But the problem, the other problem, and the real problem Dredge has in all formats is graveyard hate. And this is especially true where while adding, say its name, and Altanak is like a really cool new angle, it is also vulnerable to the graveyard hate the rest of the deck is against. So hey, there are cards you can play. You can play Spell Pierce, you can play Thoughtseize, you can play Pick Your Poison and like removal for like Rest in Peace and like Unlicensed Hearse and Leyline of the Void and those kind of things. It's still really awkward. You're still playing catch up from behind. If you lose game 1, it's going to be really hard to win games 2 and 3. And so hey, on Arena in Explorer we can play best of 1 and kind of like get around that a little bit. But something to bear in mind. Deck is really sweet. There's a bunch of customization as well. I have tons of different Dredge videos on the channel with a few different builds. Insidious Retreat is one of my other favorites, but this is a new thing I wanted to try out. This is really cool. I've tried some Insidious Retreat stuff with this. Finding getting enough space to get the right balance there is tricky. But yeah, let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share it around. That would be amazing. And yeah, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.